Driving to camp. Driving to camp. Raylan, we're driving to camp, aren't we? You got snacks for your peoples there. And you got a whole van full of stuff, don't you?
The van's loaded up.
And you got all these napkins because we have already slobbered up your slobber rag and a million napkins, haven't we? You got your puppy dog for camp. You ready to go to camp? We almost ran out of gas.
We did. We were down to
the range said 1 mile left.
We had 1 mile's worth
into
of
the gas station. That was a little bit of anxiety. We told them originally we were going to get there at noon. Then we realized we didn't have enough clobazam for her whole stay, so we had to do a pharmacy run. We're going to get there at like 2 o'clock. Probably, yeah. Maybe a little before 2. So I did call them and tell them, never mind, not noon, maybe 1:30. I'm not calling them back to tell them 1:45. But
hey, so I wanted to make a video about how every once in a while, whenever we talk about respite, there's always somebody in the comments that say, "Well, I would never leave my daughter. I could never leave my daughter like that." So
that's good, great for you.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you can never leave your kid, that's great. That's fine.
But as far as like our rationale, like we think of this as camp for her. Like our other 3 kids are going to summer camps, actually way more than 1 week this summer. Each of them have, 2 of them have 2 weeks of camp. 1 has 3 weeks of camp. But Raylan never has camp or anything like that. So
this is like camp.
This is like camp for her, yeah.
But I mean, it's also respite. It is also because sometimes we need a little bit of a break, and most families can let the kids stay at grandma's for the weekend, you know, or their kid can go to camp, or they can go to public school. They can go to school 5 days a week. Raylan hasn't been able to go to school 5 days a week in years.
Or even just like the natural, like as kids grow up and they're 12 years old, like Raylan is, they can take care of themselves. So even if they're home, they don't really need our constant attention.
But if you have a special needs kid and you don't need respite, it's perfectly fine for you to say, I would never drop my kid off at respite. That's good. If you can do that, that's good. Everyone's in a different position, and I think we make better parents to all 4 of our kids, Raylan and the other 3, by her using respite. She basically is on a schedule of every 2 years, Raylan goes to respite for a week. She went the first time 4 years ago. She went to respite for a week. I felt really guilty and bad dropping her off the first time and was worried about people judging me. And when I would call them to check on her, I realized really quickly that they had learned who Raylan was, that they were spending plenty of time with her, that she was in good hands and she was doing well. And then 2 years later, we dropped off at respite for our 20th anniversary second honeymoon to Dominican Republic.
Right, yeah.
And Raylan did great, did not have any health issues. When we would check on her, we can tell that they have a very low nurse-patient ratio. And it's obvious when you talk with the nurses. And then it was a little over 2 years ago that we stayed at Rankin Jordan in St. Louis, which is not a respite facility, but it's a very similar place with similar nurse-patient ratios. And I stayed with Raylan, but there's a lot of kids there without any parents. And I was able to see, like in person, the care they were getting and kind of be reassured that yes, Raylan's being well taken care of. So this will be our 3rd stay there. And for us, for Raylan, we think it's a good fit. It is a lot of work to get her to respite. One, there's a whole van full of equipment. Like behind Raylan is a whole van. It's more than what we take on vacation. And then there's a whole lot of paperwork to do and writing things down because she's nonverbal. And so they need to know so much they need to know. So like we'll have a note on our BiPAP that lets them know, hey, if my BiPAP's too tight, just one night I can get a sore on my nose. Her cathing schedule, it's not as simple as every 6 hours. It's as soon as she wakes up, and then it's 4 hours later, and then it's about every 6 hours. There's just so many little things that you have to make sure are written down and they know, and they want to know them all, but it is a lot to send Raylan to Respite. It's not like, oh, here you go, drop you off and leave.
Now, will they give us updates like they did last time?
Yeah, we can call anytime.
But like last time, they gave us like a picture, video update, or maybe it was just picture updates and texts.
They did send us pictures, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We had to download an app to do that, I think. But yeah, if they do that again,
I forgot.
That was cool.
I forgot about that. I know they tried to take at least a few photos. It's 12 beds total there, so it's a really small 12-bed facility, and the maximum of one nurse at least for every 3 kids there. So a lot of nurses actually even might just have 2 patients. And then they also still have CNAs. They have therapy people there working with some of the kids. She won't get therapy while she's there because she's only there for a week. But some kids are kind of stuck there. They don't have enough nursing to live safely at home, but they're too stable to be at the hospital. And those kids get OT, PT, speech there. So there's a lot of people there for the kiddos. So yeah, we feel like she's in good hands, and we're really thankful this is a safe place for her to spend a week every couple of years. And we know you're gonna have fun at camp, right, Raylan? I wish she knew like when we were coming back. I wish we could communicate that with her, because it's normal to get homesick or wonder when's mom and dad coming back, and I don't think she understands like, oh, they'll be back in 3 days or 4 days. But we still think she'll have fun there. We think she has a good time, and we definitely think she is safe there. So yep, off to camp, huh, Miss Raylan?
If we stay here like this is the only place where I wanna be, this is as long as we go.
Hey, we're gonna go. You have fun at camp, okay? You have fun? You watch your Barbie movie and be nice to them? Yeah, if they read you books, smile at them. Have good manners. You have fun at camp?
Bye, sweetie. We'll be back in a week, okay? Have fun at camp. Mwah. Have a good week at camp.
Bye. Yeah, I like that you're in a good mood and you're on off oxygen.